We keep hearing different people and organizations saying that Paul's attitude about eating meat, or that he's against veganism, or which didn't exist at that time, or against vegetarianism. He talks about this, but people don't spend enough time understanding the Jewish culture of the day and what was going on in the world. They fight without knowledge, and that doesn't do any good. Paul's discussion about eating meat has nothing to do with whether or not he wants you to eat meat or not. And you have to understand what Paul is saying. You have two different cultures. You have Jewish Christians, which weren't Christians at that time, it was the way. And you have Gentile Christians, both who are seeking Jesus and both who believe in him. Now, we have to take that under consideration first. Secondly, we have to look at the Jewish Christians. The Jewish Christians ate kosher. And in kosher, there is a method to kill an animal and eat it. And if it isn't kosher killed, they don't eat it. So they don't eat meat. And a lot of Jews who weren't vegetarian for reasons of compassion might have been vegetarian for reasons of keeping kosher. And that's the basis of the argument that Paul is discussing. And he is saying that seeing Christ, accepting Jesus and what he represents has nothing to do with what you eat. And there are no such things as idols. That's nothing there. So if somebody sacrifices meat to idols, it might not be kosher, but it's sacrificed to nothing. It's a sacrifice to your imagination. That's what Paul is saying. And that doesn't have any difference. So don't fight over whether something is kosher killed or not kosher killed. Christ is above that. Now, he's not above the death that's being caused. He wants to be up higher. He wants people to come above that. But Paul is talking about the people that are living down in this corrupt world. And he's trying to get them to elevate and realize that, first off, don't fight over the meat, because that's where you're concentrating. And he says, if the eating of meat causes strife, I'll never eat it again. Because he didn't want to be a cause of it. The key is that neither side should be eating meat, realistically. It's not that Paul is saying meat's okay, eat meat. He's just talking about the argument between the non-kosher and the kosher. That's all. And that's what we have to understand. His theology isn't wrong from a Christian point of view. And remember, He was a Pharisee. He was a Jew. And he understands the grace of Jesus, the grace of Christ. And that we are to live in the heavenly will of God. But the people weren't ready for that. They're infants coming in, and he's talking to them about not fighting over it. Look above it. And that's where we should be. Don't throw the messenger under the bus because you don't understand what they're saying. We have to live in peace and love and understand each other. Amen.